What's happening, guys? My name is Rob Anderson and I'm the product training and demonstrations exec for Pioneer DJ on the UK side. Today I'm up at the DJ Kit showrooms streaming live on djkit.tv, and I'm going to be giving you one of the first looks at Pioneer's brand new unit, the DJM-850. Now, this is a key product for Pioneer, as this is going to be completely replacing the DJM-800, which has probably been the club spec industry standard for the last 5 years. So very key product. I'm going to be taking you through full features of the unit, demonstrating what's been upgraded and what's actually new on the mixer, and then at the end answering any questions on the live stream that any of the viewers have got to send through. So looking at the mixer at first glance, you can see it looks very similar to the DJM-800. Exact same dimensions, so the same footprint, and pretty much the exact same ergonomic layout everyone's already familiar with. We've got, as it's the same dimensions, all accessories from the DJM-800 can be transferred directly onto the 850. So flight cases, deck saver plate, rack mounting kit, all transferred straight from the old mixer onto this one. Very little physical change has been put onto this unit, but the creative options that we've implemented on this and the audible difference that you're actually hearing is quite extensive. So let me take you through. Anyone who's ever used the DJM-800 will understand the layout of this, but for anyone who hasn't, let me take you through from the start. So 4-channel digital mixer. We've now got a 4-channel USB 24-bit 96 kHz sound card. So it's essentially taken from the club spec mixer, which is the DJM-900, which you can see here. We've got USB integration now, so a USB top loading dock at on the front of the mixer there. This gives us tractor certification now as well. So not only have we got the club spec sound card offering the best sound Pioneer's achieved to date, we've also got tractor certification, which basically allows anyone who's using tractor as their DJing platform and they wish to timecode, you no longer have to take the tractor audio interface. So you don't have to take that to the club with you, unplug wires once you get to the club and set up your audio interface on the fly while someone else is DJing. You can literally connect one USB cable from your laptop straight into the DJM-850 and the mixer sends the timecode for you. So timecode CDs into your CDJs or onto your vinyls, one USB cable and you're good to go. Eliminates a lot of the stress that comes hand in hand with a timecoding DJ platform. So 4 channels. We've got the new robust faders, which first featured on the DJM-2000 and the DJM-900. So P-lock fader caps. These don't come off anymore. Different to the DJM-800, which you would have seen a lot of in the nightclubs with missing fader caps. That's not going to happen anymore. These don't come off in the heat of the mix. Robust faders. We've also got a complete effects overhaul as well. So like I said, very little physical change. Everything's in the same place. So if we go up from the headphone monitoring, which we've got on the bottom left corner here, we've got the sound color effects appearing exactly as they did on the DJM-800. We've got filter, crush, which were brought in from the DJM-800, and we've also got now noise and a gate, which have been brought on from the DJM-900. So the most popular ones that were made accessible on the predecessor, along with some of the ones from the club spec unit. If I bring in some audio, I can demonstrate for you how these work for anyone who's never used them. These are like the instant gratification effects, the easy to use effects that any DJ can step into the booth and use with ease. You simply choose an effect, so the filter, and then you choose the colour pot that's corresponding to the channel where the audio is coming out of, in this case channel 3. Once the light is flashing, you literally turn the colour pot to the right or the left, depending what kind of effect you want to instigate. So in this case, if you turn it to the right, you get a high pass filter. If you turn it to the left, you get a low pass. Very simple and easy to use. If we use the crush, you get a filtering effect, but with low bit destruction as well, which you can hear now. Now from the DJM-900, we've implemented noise. So this gives us a white noise generator. Essential for dance music, helps you build up intensity when coming to drops. And it's also kind of remixing on the fly as well. And the last effect in the sound colour section is the gate. Now this is a nice effect. This lets you gate out certain frequencies of the track, whether that be low pass or high pass, and also filter as well. So if I turn it to the left, it filters out the highs, so we get a low pass filter, but it also gates out the mid-range and the highs. Turn it to the right, you get the opposite. So very easy to use effects here. But one of the physical changes we've actually brought onto this mixer is the beat sidechain button, which appears above every colour part on the channel. And when this is turned on, it lets the sound colour effects interact with the rhythms of the track. So if I turn on the beat sidechain button on channel 3, this channel is now reading the peaks of the track. And if I implement, say, a noise, you now get, instead of a flat white noise generation, you get sidechain noise. So it's interacting with the rhythms of this track that's currently playing. Now the beat sidechain works with all 4 effects. So if we use it on the crush and the filter, we get the resonant point starts pulsing. So if you hear standard crush without the beat sidechain, and then if I switch it on, it starts pulsating with the track, making it more rhythmical. With the filter also. Pulsating of the resonant point. Now with the gate, it takes it on a different form and it gives us an additional step, so it's a bit more of a performance tool when you use it with the gate. If I turn on a standard gate, nice effect that allows you to create your own breakdowns in a track. But then if I switch on the beat sidechain button, you get an additional step. So more creative options, and just bringing the whole sound colour effects to interact with the track that's playing. And obviously they'll read the peaks of every different track differently, so they integrate perfectly with whatever you're playing. Like I said, they're the instant gratification effects, really easy to use. We've also overhauled the beat effects section. So the beat effects section operates in the exact same way as it did on the DJM-800, in that you choose an effect, in this case echo. You then choose a channel that effect is going to be applied to, so in this case channel 3. You then choose an effect time using the beat parameters, turn the effect on, and then when you increase the level depth you start to hear it bleed through. Post fader as well. But we've now got a few different features on this. We've obviously got 13 effects as before, but 3 of these are new. So we've implemented up echo, which is very similar to the pitch echo of the EFX 1000, of a really popular effect. We've also implemented spiral from the DJM-900, the completely remodeled reverb, which was instigated on the DJM-900, and the slip roll, so a variation of the old school roll effect, which I'll take you through in a moment. Let me start with the pitch echo. So a variation on the old school echo effect, and it gives us multi-functionality of the level depth as well, this effect. So if I choose a beat parameter, turn my effect on, instigate level depth, you hear the echo start, and I've got a very short echo time. Now if I increase the time, now the multi-functionality we get with the pitch echo or the up echo is if we go from 12 o'clock on the level depth to max, we then get pitching of the echo. So it allows you to create really nice transitions between tracks and create nice little build-ups and breakdowns of your own within a track, for instance. Little combinations like that. The spiral effect brought on from the DJM-850, really nice effect. Now this is like an emulation of a tape delay, so it gives you a degrading sound to the delay. If I bring in a spiral sound now, so very similar to echo, except you get that degradation of the sound like you'd get on a tape delay. Now the multifunctionality of the level depth on this effect is a feedback. So if we go from 12 o'clock on the level depth to max, we're going to get feedback, which you'll hear, and that will continue to feed back. And stay in time. The BPM engine of the DJM-850 is a lot more precise than the DJM-800, so massive improvement on the effects timing and how they stay in time with the track that's currently running through. If we use the beat parameters on the spiral, you also get quite a unique sound in that you hear the effect, the echoes speed up and slow down. So at the minute we're on a half beat. If we use the filter in conjunction with this, and then increase the beat parameters, you can hear it speeding up and then slowing down. So quite a unique sounding effect. Very tricky sound to achieve without using the DJM-850. It's quite unique to the Pioneer series, this effect. Moving on to reverb, exactly the same sounding reverb as the DJM-900, so completely remodeled from the predecessor, the 850, and it's studio quality now, the reverb. If we choose a room size using the beat parameter, say 25%, turn our effect on, when we bring in the level depth, from minimum to 12 o'clock, we get 100%. You can hear the reverb coming through now. If I change the beat parameter, it's adjusting the room size and it's letting the effect, the reverb, get larger, so you get a sort of swooping sound. All the way down to 100%, so completely swamped with reverb. Now the multifunctionality of the level depth on this effect is high pass, so we can actually filter out the low end of the reverb tail, which you'll hear, creating less of a muddy reverb sound, and the reverb tail will go on for 2 minutes as well, unless you decrease it like so. Transform, filter, flanger, phaser, all brought on from the DJM-800, except we also get multifunctionality of the level depth now, as on the other effects. With the transform, so the transform chops up the track, so it cuts up and only lets through certain peaks of the track. Now if we increase the level depth from 12 o'clock to max, it decreases the decay of the transform. In other words, it chops it up tighter. So if we get creates less of an audio bleed coming through. Filter, phaser and flanger all work in the exact same way. So you choose a beat parameter, turn the effect on, and you get either a filter, phaser or flanger depending on what you've chosen. Level depth from 12 o'clock to maximum, you get intensity, so more intense filtering of the track. Moving on to the new slip roll, which was first implemented on the DJM-900. This is a variation of the roll effect. So the roll was a massively popular effect on the DJM-800. It basically acts as a sampler. It's a destructive effect. So if I choose a roll, this is standard roll, choose a beat parameter of 4 beats. If you instigate the effect now, apply it to this track, it will sample 4 beats. So if we sample this 4 beats, 1, 2, 3, this CDJ has stopped now and it's sampled what's actually coming through. Now, as I said, it's destructive. So as you manipulate the beat parameters, it literally just shortens or lengthens what you're hearing now, like so. Whereas the slip roll, if I disengage that, the slip roll is non-destructive. So it works really well with vocal tracks because you can apply the slip roll, and then every time you resample, every time you change a beat parameter, it resamples, and it means you're not missing out on any of the track. If you've got a vocal running through the track, you can create really nice steppy, stuttering sounds. If we jump to a vocal, apply a slip roll of 2 beats. So that's now slip rolling 2 beats. When I change the beat parameter, it's not going to shorten the loop that we're actually hearing now. It's going to jump to the current point of the track. So you don't lose any of the track. Quite unique sounding variation of the roll effect. And you've also got a reverse roll, so you can use all 3 different types of roll together to create some really nice stuttering sounds. So you can jump between all 3 roll variations of the roll and come up with your own unique sounding effects to put over your track. Now, because of the new beat sidechain button that we've implemented, we've got, using sound color effects, beat effects, and that, we've got 100 different combos of effects to actually apply. So it's almost like I said before, you're remixing your tracks on the fly and not really adhering to the structure of tracks anymore. You can create your own breakdowns, your own combos, and your own unique sound to whatever you're playing. The difference is, I suppose, the DJM850, we're replacing the DJM800, and it makes a really good replacement. It's offering everything the 800 had on offer, with some of the features from the DJM900 Nexus, so some of the club spec features. Differences between the 2 units: this one's retailing at $12.99, whereas the Nexus is $15.99. So why go for an 850 or why go for a Nexus? On the 800 you've got analog inputs, so the 900 offers you digital inputs, a really club spec feature that you want to achieve if you're in a large sound system. You want to get digital ins to achieve 24-bit from the CDJs into here. You've also got Pro DJ Link capabilities of the DJM900 Nexus, so you get a LAN port on the back of that, whereas the 850 is solely relying on the BPM engine built inside to read the effects. Due to the Nexus being Pro DJ Link compatible, you get quantized effects. All the BPMs from the tracks you're playing are sent into that mixer and just allow the effects to be completely locked. Whereas on this, I'm relying on the BPM engine inside. You've also got additional effects on the Nexus, so you've got 6 sound color effects, the 2 extra ones being dub echo and space, really popular effects. So the DJM900 is lacking them, the DJM850, sorry. You've also got an X-Pad control on the beat effects section of the 900, so slightly more control, more implementation for the DJ booth, so Pro DJ Link and digital in, as opposed to this unit. This is the perfect unit for the small bar, the small venue, or for home and mobile use as well. If a DJ is providing a rider, then you'll probably find they'll be speccing a Nexus on it, a DJM-900, whereas the 850 would sit nicely into a bar, and a lot of DJs will be happy to perform on it. So this is going to be available to demo in the DJ Kit showroom as of the end of March. So start of April, get yourselves down to the showroom and have a go on this and get to grips with it yourself. It's going to be available in black and silver, so as you can see here it sits nicely with the CDJ-850-K, the black version. But if you've already got a set of CDJ-850Ss, the silver ones, this is also available in silver. Other little features we've implemented, we've now got an isolator EQ, so complete kill of your audio. Very little bleed from the other three bands. As you can see now, I've got the mid-range coming through, only mids, only highs and only lows. Nice little feature that we've brought on there, as well as the channel fader curve adjust and the crossfader adjust. What we're going to do, this is streaming live, so if anyone's fired through any questions in the time that I've been demonstrating this, we're going to lock off the video now, and I'm going to come back on in about 5-10 minutes and go through any of the questions that have been sent through. I'm Rob Anderson from Pioneer DJ. This is the DJ Kit Showrooms, and I'll catch you in a minute.